Welcome to Fruit War. This will be a tutorial on how to set up the game and how to play the game. But first, let's go over the box contents. You'll have one 6-sided dice with the numbers 1, 2, and 3, and we'll refer to this as the battle dice. You'll have the playing deck indicated by the large red splash on the back. You'll have the other cards indicated by the large green splash on the back, 16 of the extra or tomato cards, and then 6 of the fruit character cards. You'll also have the Fruit War game instructions, which you can refer to during this video or as you play the game for yourself. Now let's get set up. We'll take the 6 fruit character cards, lay them all out face down where everyone can see them, set the battle die aside for the time being. We'll then take the playing deck and we'll deal it into 4 separate piles. This is a 2 to 4 player game, but for the purposes of this tutorial, we'll set it up as if 4 players are playing. After you get the 4 piles dealt out, we will then deal out 2 tomato cards for every player. Alright, let's get ready to play. The youngest player will start on round 1 and flip over a fruit character card. This will reveal the first wild of the game, and it stays wild for the rest of the game. They will then take the battle die, roll it, and this will reveal how many cards you flip over on the flip phase, which for this tutorial will be 1. As a reminder, this game can go up to 6 rounds, and you repeat this process for every new round based on who won the previous round. Every round gets another fruit character card revealed. These fruit character cards remain wild throughout the entire game. You also re-roll the battle die for every new round. Let's do our first flip. We reveal a 5, a 9, a joker, which we know is wild, and a 2. Now you'll notice some different things about these cards. One, the suits are different vegetables, and then there are fruit characters in the top right-hand corner. And so we know that the 2 is wild because its character is the watermelon, and that one has also been revealed on the side. So it looks like we have a tie for the highest card between the 2 and the joker. When you have a tie, you must do a battle for each highest card. So we'll separate the 2 cards from their playing decks, and then each player will then place 3 cards face down after that high card. You will then turn over a 4th card, but it will be revealed face up. And it looks like they drew a 2, which we know is wild, and an ace, which is not high enough to beat the wild. And so that player would win. But the other player does have the option to use an extra or tomato card, and that allows you to draw another card from your deck to see if you can draw a higher card to tie or to beat. That player would then turn in one of their tomato cards and then flip over the next card on top of their deck. They reveal an ace, which isn't strong enough to beat their opponent. They could play their other tomato card, but they may want to save it for later. Their opponent will collect their winnings from that flip, and then you will continue that process until one player is out of cards. We'll now fast forward to the end of round 1 and simulate what it will look like at the closing. So as you can see, one player only has 1 card left. Let's go ahead and do our last flip phase. So we reveal a jack, a 3, a 2, which we know is wild, and a 4. So the player who revealed the 2 will win and collect their cards, and this ends the round because now one player is out of cards. So there are a few things you need to do before you start round 2. One is you determine the winners. There will be a winner that has the most cards, and there will be a winner that knocked the other person out. That can be the same player. But in this case, this player had the most cards, so they'll get a tomato card, and this player knocked the other player out, so they'll also get a tomato card. Once those are dealt, then you gather the cards back up, shuffle them, all the players are back in the game, and you start round 2. The player who ended the last round by knocking someone out will take the battle dice, and they will roll it again to determine how many cards will be revealed in the flip phase, so 3 for this round. They will also reveal another fruit character card by turning a card over of their choice. It'll be the strawberry character. So you repeat the same gameplay that we did in the first round, except we'll have more wilds to play with, which means more ties, more battles, the round will go faster, and you continue to play until one character loses all of their cards. To speed up this tutorial, let's jump right to the 6th round, reveal all the fruit character cards, and see what it's like to have the game end. We'll also eliminate 2 other players because in round 6, you play until one person has all of the cards. Regardless of what the battle die was rolled at the beginning of the round, when it's the last 2 players, you'll always move that up to 3 cards being flipped over on the flip phase. This will just help speed the game along to the very end and keep things exciting and fun. Let's go ahead and reveal 3 cards for each player. This player reveals a king, a 7, and a 4. And this player reveals a queen, an 8, and a 10. So the player who revealed the 4 with the strawberry fruit character will win because that's the highest single card and it's a wild, so they collect their 6 cards. They'll continue flipping over cards, having battles until one person ends up with all of the cards. When a player has all the cards, they're the grand champion and the game is over. As part of this tutorial, I wanted to demonstrate a battle where there were multiple cards flipped over and multiple wilds. We'll be in round 4 because of the 4 fruit characters that have been revealed. We'll also be revealing 3 cards on the flip phase. The cards have been revealed and each player has wilds. What we'll do is we'll remove the cards that won't be a part of the battle, which will be the king, the 10, and the ace. 3 cards will need to be laid face down for every high card. So the first player will have to do that for his 2 high cards, which will give them an advantage because that'll give them 2 opportunities to draw a high card, but it will cost them more cards. The second player will only have to lay 3 cards down for their high card, but will only have the 1 opportunity to reveal a high card. So we'll flip over the 4th card, a 9, a jack, and a 4, which is a wild because of the strawberry fruit character. So this player would win because they did draw the single highest card, but the second player is going to exercise their option to use a tomato card and continue the battle. They reveal a 6, which is a wild because of the fruit character card, and so now the battle is back to 0 because you can't beat a wild, and so we have another tie. We'll eliminate the pile that won't be a part of this next battle, which is the jack, and so it'll be a battle between the 4 and the 6. So again, we must reveal 3 cards for each pile. And then we'll have to turn over the 4th card. And in this case, player 2 drew a wild and beat player 1 because player 1 does not have any tomato cards, and thus the battle would be over. Player 2 would collect all the cards from that flip phase, even the ones that weren't used in the battle, and they would continue playing until the game was over. Thanks for watching this video, and I hope you have fun playing Fruit War.